everyone, welcome to the back gardens for May 2023 at Desert Rose and Sage. I've been showing you all the pretties, but I thought I'd just show you the process. So we're at the end of May, and usually about at the end of May I'm pretty beat up because I try to get a lot of the hard work done before June hits and we get high heat. We're in the high heat, not the super high heat, but just some high heat. So now I'm going to slow down, and I am a little beat up. We've got lots of stuff blooming, growing really well. I still have this portion that I need to work on. I still have the sand pit, but we have a good raised bed here. And around to here, back here, it still needs to be backfilled with dirt, and I'm still working on 2 more raised beds to go out here. These beds are, if you saw that video, a bit messed up. So here you see where the bricks are. Also, it's too low. We've got to come up 1 more so they don't get soaked in water when they're being watered. But as you can see, I have the material and got some guys coming in a couple weeks, and we will finish that up back around there. And also we'll be working on this pergola here. We're going to be turning that into a potting shed type thing. These roses are looking really good. Got a dead plant there. Things like that happen, you know, we're in that process again, but we're getting closer. Got my rain barrels up. I have 2 of the water ponds going. I just put in this filter system last night, and I'm super happy with it already, because usually the water gets a little gunky within a day, but it's looking really good. These 3 still need to be set up, and we're going to be putting rocks in around it. I think it's going to be really pretty. We have good amounts of peaches this year. I'm super excited about that because I really thought I lost them all because we had a big windstorm and so many came down, and I thought, well, that's it for this year. But no, we've got peaches here, and then that little peach tree. It's a semi-dwarf, and it has got peaches. I just got some lavender put in here. I'm hoping it'll be happy there. Where I garden is on the west side of Albuquerque, and we get severe sun here. So I have to really look at my gardening from a protective standpoint. That's why we have these raised beds covered, so they get a good amount of sun, but it's filtered. So my tomato plants are looking really good. They're getting nice and strong here. I'm watching for the little sucker growth, but oh, there's a tiny one. Very, very tiny. Take that one out. And then I've got melon growing back in those raised beds, honeydew and cantaloupe. I have a rose back here that I really thought this one wasn't going to make it, but we've got good leaves on it, so it's looking good so far. This tree was getting beat up by Miss Diane, so put these up and she can't attack it anymore, and we've got apples galore. This one is a Honeycrisp, and the other one is a sweet, oh, I can't remember what it is, but I never remember those things. So we've got a lot of progress, and every year there's something else that I'm doing to add to the base of what I've already done. This year in all the gardens has been a complete renovation, basically, because I neglected it for a couple of years. But I am really seeing hopeful stuff. happening. So I can see it. Hi, Jack. Jack, shush, shush, shush. He has a very loud bark. I can see it coming together, even though it's a bit of a mess. Kayak is in dry dock. That's actually going to go to a really good friend because we just don't use it anymore. The ladder, of course, just needs to get put away. And, I added, my hubby had to help me because I had some trouble with my hands and wrists last night. So he had to help me plant. I'm giving this tower one more chance. And I think it's in a good location. I still need to put my sun cover up here. It's about that time. It's starting to get pretty hot. I'm hoping that the tower will do well right here, but we will see. I don't know. Like I said, we are in a very high heat. It's not hot like some places you talk about hot. It's a really dry heat, and it's an intense sun because we are in a higher elevation. And so that can be pretty tough on gardening. So every time I'm looking at a space, what am I going to plant? First off, is it dangerous for the dogs? Because these dingbats like to chew on things. And secondly, how will it grow here? So, in a lot of places you want your lavender way out in the sun, but I've found it to be more successful if they have some shade. Otherwise, they just burn up out here. Although I do have one that I put out a couple years ago right here, and it is thriving quite nicely. So it's kind of hard to tell, but I always think about, does it get shade part of the day? Or, because the full sun here is pretty tough on plants. So that's how I've kind of developed everything, is to make sure everything has some shade, some sun, that sort of thing. So I'm hoping that next month I will be able to come back to you and show you some big progress. Or I'm thinking by July, August, by the end of our season, I'm going to have it really put together. And then next year, be growing things like crazy. All right, well, thanks for stopping in for the May tour. And I will see you soon. Have a great day.